Good morning, all my beautiful souls. It is another beautiful morning here in Florida. I hope your day started out good. I'm just going to pull some cards to get a message from Spirit to see what life advice Spirit has for today. What life advice does Spirit have for today for my collective? This is a timeless reading. Anytime you come across it is the right time. If it doesn't resonate, then just leave it for somebody else. It's not for you. Sometimes all of the message will resonate. Sometimes some of the message will resonate. Sometimes none of the message will resonate. Don't get angry when it doesn't apply to you. So many people waste so much time being angry their whole life. Life is supposed to be fun. I'm going to say it over and over and over again. You ever see that Game of Life? I don't think a lot of people play it. It was big in the 70s, the Game of Life. Even when I was a little kid in the 70s, I hated that fucking game. I'm like, aren't we already playing the Game of Life? That's how I felt when I was a little kid. I was probably 9 or 10 years old when my sister got that game for her birthday and she wanted to play. She'd be so excited. She'd be like, I'm going to have twin girl. I'm getting married. I'm having twin girls. I'm doing this. And she'd get so excited about it. And I'd be like, yeah, I'd rather like do the real thing that we're doing here. I feel like we're already doing it. I don't know. I just never liked that game. Everything was so traditional. Like with life, don't you, people come from different cultures and different cultures expect different things. But basically it's, you're born, you're coddled. Hopefully, if you you're born into a good family. You go to school, you have to go to school, you have to go to high school, you have to learn all the things in high school, which half the shit that's in high school is useless. I mean, geography and math, yeah. English, obviously, or language you have to learn. But some of the history, like history repeats itself and you can learn some stuff from history. I'm not knocking history. My best friend's a history buff. But some of the stuff is just, they don't give you any life experience, like how to open a bank account, how to get a loan, how to pay for your loan, how to be financially responsible, paying your bills, writing out a check, how to get an apartment, how to apply. Well, if you're in a good school, they'll teach you how to apply for college. But the school I went to, my guidance counselor didn't even know who I was. I couldn't get in there to save my life. So I quit a year before I graduated, got into college through a special program and finished anyway. Anyway, I digress. So life always seems so traditional. So you go to school and then you find the right person. Then you get married and you have to have the big wedding. You have to invite all the right friends and put on a show. And then, you're going to college, or maybe you go to college first and then you get married and you find the right person in college and then you have babies and then you raise those babies to do the same thing that you did. Boring. I've always been the non-traditional person, not doing what's expected of me. Oh yeah, here we go. See, I always get things in my head before the cards even come out. Don't live your life based on what's expected of you. That makes your life very boring and it makes it somebody else's life. Oh, fated meeting, King of Scrolls, birth. Huh. Well, we're talking about somebody who's just destined to meet a twin flame connection. King of Scrolls. Scrolls represent the swords, which is learning, education. So it's maybe you're going to be meeting somebody in school, in college. It's going to be an educated man, or while you're getting your education, you meet somebody. It's somebody that you're meant to be with, like you've been with in a past life. When you meet this person, you're going to feel like you've known this person forever, almost like from childhood, right? And it's going to happen at the right time. You're wondering, well, when is it going to happen? It's going to happen at the right time. Oh, so we're in a love reading. This is what Spirit wants somebody to know. Yeah. So live your life the way you want to live it. Obviously, you need some sort of education or technical experience to get a job. You have to pay bills, but don't get a job just because it's the thing that your parents expect you to do. Like I know a lot of families where mom's a doctor, dad's a doctor, so baby has to be a doctor too because we're a family of doctors, or there's a family business and my dad ran the business and his dad ran the business and so on and so on. And what do you mean you're not going to run the business? And huge disappointment when baby doesn't want to run the business. Well, baby's got to live his own life. If it was your decision to carry on that family business or whatnot, or following your parents' footsteps with their vocation, if that's your desire, fine, but don't do it just because that's what is expected of you. You don't have to please anybody but yourself. It's your life at the end of the day. So, parents tend to get overly involved, and parents have experience, and it's good to listen to our parents, listen to the advice, and then feel with your heart what the right thing to do for you is, okay? Sometimes we have to have our own experiences, good and bad, just to learn. My mother kept telling me, 10 of Pentacles, abundance. Yeah, my mother kept telling me when I was dating people, it's the wrong person. They're a nice person, not the person for you. And I'd be like, shut up, Mom. You don't know what you're talking about. They're really nice. I'm in love. And then I look back, through 30 years of relationships, and I wish I had listened to my mother. But had I listened to my mother, I wouldn't have had the life lessons that I've had, right? I wouldn't be the person I am today, knowing what I want and what I don't want. So sometimes kids don't listen because they have to learn the lessons for themselves. And it's the only way to go about it. And as a parent, and I'm a parent, it's hard to watch your children fumble through life, learning lessons that you've already learned. Yeah, fumbling, having tower moments. Because you've been there, done that, and you don't want them to suffer the pain you did. But the saying, no pain, no gain, that's in everything. You have to have painful experiences to appreciate the good experiences. All right, what are we saying here? Somebody's coming in offering you abundance. It's a man of education. They want to give you the world. They want to give you everything that they have. They're going to check all the boxes. Do they love me the way I want to be loved with my love language? Check. Do they allow me to be free to be myself? Check. All the things. Do they like the same things I do? Check. They check all the boxes. You check theirs and they check yours. Like you're everything they've wanted. Both of you have been through past battles. This is the card of battles. And you felt like you didn't win the war. Like in past relationships, there were battles, and in the end, the war was lost anyway. See the heart on the sword? This is about, we're talking about love battles. They're focusing me on the heart on the sword, on the hilt of the sword. So you're both coming out of a time of rest. And you're impatient, wondering, when are you going to meet this person? This person's going to come. You both have to do the inner work. And I always tell people, you can't come into a relationship with your cup half full. You have to come in with your cup full. Nobody completes you. You have to complete yourself. And then together, when you have two full cups, that's when you're the power couple. You can't have one weakling in the partnership. It has to be an equal partnership. The perfect partnership is having somebody that can walk beside you to support you when you need the support. To mentor each other, to have common goals and dreams in life. You don't have to have all the same goals and dreams, but you have to have some things in common. Walking next to each other on the same path. You can't be walking on separate paths, and one person can't be in front leading all the time while the other one's in the back floating on the other person's coattails. That leads to discontent and disharmony. So do the inner work. You've been through some shit. Look at your past relationships and find the pattern. What do you always do in relationships that just fucks it up, or that the other person does that you allow them to do because you don't set boundaries, that ruins it for you, that makes you feel unfulfilled? There's usually a pattern. I know I had a pattern. I know how to set boundaries. I pour everything into every relationship and I get nothing back, but somehow in my mind I make up that this is the perfect person for me. Done with that. It only took me 30 years to figure it out. Yeah, so they want you to get your power back. Take your power back. Be this powerful high priestess on the throne, intuitive, finding your intuition, being able to hear your intuition and listening to your intuition. Taking the bulls by the horn, pointing out the horns. You need to take control of your life. And then a partnership will come in where you can collaborate together. Look at those two hands. They're both growing this tree of life together. They're growing their abundance together. The hands are even. You know, it's not one hand holding all the coins and doing all the work. So once you've done, well, this would come last. You've done the inner work. You need to do the inner work. Go within. And the hermit mode is when you go within and you do the shadow work. And here's the shadow card. Go within, do the shadow work. Find your power. Be powerful within yourself, knowing and being secure that you don't need anybody. Yes, we always want somebody. That's human nature. We want to have a partner. We don't want to go through life alone. But you have to be secure in knowing that if you had to, you could go through life alone perfectly fine, that you're strong and independent. You have to be emotionally independent, financially independent, spiritually independent, not having to rely on anybody. Fill your own cup, and then after you've done all this, this is what will come in for you. So Spirit is saying, be patient. There's a fated meeting for you. There's somebody for everybody out there. You're going to find them. They're going to work in the background to organize for you. And it might even be at school, college, or at work. It's going to be a man or woman of education. It's going to feel like you've known each other forever, like since you were children. Look at those children holding hands, besties. That's how it's going to feel like. You might have been partners in a prior life, but you're going to recognize each other when you look at each other in the eyes. But you both need to do the work before it can happen. If there's a holdup and you're saying, well, I've done the work, well, maybe the holdup is on the other end. The other person needs to finish doing the work. So just be patient. Don't focus on what you don't have. Don't focus on why is everybody else in love and they found the perfect person and it's not me. What you focus on is where your energy goes. Focus on, I'm good. I can feel that person coming. Like, feel the excitement of the person coming in. What's it going to feel like when you meet the perfect person? That excitement, that thrill that you feel in your stomach, the butterflies. Feel that every day. Like, today might be the day. And then forget about it and go on about your life, and remember to have gratitude in everything that you do, focusing on that, because when you turn your focus away from what you don't have, that's when it comes in. Okay, we're going to pull a gratitude card. Spirit always wants you to be grateful. You have to have an attitude of gratitude. I know people hate that saying, but sometimes when everything in life is going bad and you're always focusing on the bad, you need to turn towards the good, no matter how small the good is. And my good, and I say it all the time, is my cup of coffee in the morning. I wake up in the morning and I start, well, if you don't like coffee, have whatever you like. But I start with a cup of coffee, and I love to just smell the coffee. It's like a drug for me. I get so excited. This coffee's going to be so good. And I'm so grateful for the person that discovered coffee and coffee beans. Being grateful for those little things makes a difference in your vibration and raising your vibrational energy. I'm going to pull a gratitude card and see what Spirit wants you to be grateful for this week. What do they want you to focus on for gratitude this week? Differences. Self-care. Okay. So they're showing two women who are very different. Whether you're a woman or man, it doesn't matter. They're showing two people who are very different. And this one kind of, like, this is the dark and the light, the yin and the yang. So what they're saying and focusing on self-care is we're all different. You're not going to look like somebody else. There's so many videos out there on, especially for women. I don't know if men feel the pressure that women do. I can't speak for men. If they feel the pressure to look perfect and be perfect, the perfect hair, the perfect eyelashes, the perfect makeup, the perfect waistline. There's so many YouTube videos out there on how to be perfect, perfect, perfect. And it really puts the pressure on looking like the perfect person. You know, the models that are out there. And by the way, I modeled for 15 years, traveled all over the world. Seems like a lifetime ago. But there's a lot of pressure to look perfect. And they want you to know that not everybody's perfect and not everybody's the same. Just be your own beautiful self. Like, look in the mirror and see the special unicorn that you are. Unicorns are rare. We're all rare and beautiful. There's no one like us. No one. It's like a snowflake. Everyone is different. And just be comfortable in your own skin. Work on your self-care. And they're saying, well, you're working on your self-care, and this person that's supposed to be coming in is working on their self-care. That's when you're going to build your confidence. Build your confidence. Even if you're overweight or if you're too thin or you don't have enough muscle, when you raise your vibrational energy and you raise your confidence, doesn't matter what you look like. You can be the butt ugliest person in the world, and if you have that vibrational energy of confidence, it's going to glow. Not everybody can see auras. There are people that can see auras. When I can see people walking down the street that are kind of, I don't want to say gray or dingy. It's almost like a pig pen cloud from Charlie Brown of people that are down, depressed, and lack confidence. You can see that. And regular people can see that. You can just see that when somebody walks in the room. You can also see that person that has all the confidence, that owns the room when they walk in. Be that person. Own yourself. Be comfortable in your skin. You don't have to look perfect to be the perfect person for this person coming in. And you don't have to look perfect to impress other people. Just make sure that you feel comfortable with yourself. After being a model and always having to be thin, I loved peanut butter and jelly. It was my favorite thing, and I ate a lot of it when I was a kid. And when I started modeling, I was 15, and I was 5'9" and weighed 124 pounds, and they told me I was fat. And I always had the attitude like, are you fucking kidding me? Where's the peanut butter? I'm going to eat another one because I'm not fat. If you bitches think I'm fat, well then fuck you, I don't want your job. I didn't care. That was always my attitude, but I did well with it because clients saw that when I came in. Like there was the other one that was anorexic, skinny as could be. Camera adds 5 pounds, by the way. That's why they wanted you to be as skinny as possible, like Twiggy. And they saw somebody who was athletic, who had a few extra curves, but I was extremely confident, and it showed. So I still got work. It wasn't a problem. So do that. Be confident in yourself. Work on self-care to help boost your confidence. You don't have to look perfect. You just have to feel good. So there you go. Perfect person is coming in for you. You just got to finish doing the work. I hope this message resonated with some of you. Even if I touched one person's life and made a difference, that makes me happy. And I wish you all a blessed day. Love you. Bye.